I got the right to say what the fuck I want. He can say
if she doesn't shut up, she's going to jail.
I'm going to jail, but just shut up. Just let it go. Ain't no fucking let it go. Because guess what?
I'm telling you one more time. One more time.
Shut up. Shut up. It's not worth it. Shut up. Get the fuck off me. I can say what the fuck I want. If I come in there and put my shit down and he gets to talking to me crazy, I got to myself. Just please shut up. Right. You want to do all this, but you don't want to say nothing to him for disrespecting me.
Look at what you're doing.
I went in there and put my drink down. And the man he came at me. They watched him.
He wasn't yelling when he came out. Keep your voice. All right, she's going to jail. Turn around. No, turn around.
Please.
No, get out of my way.
Please don't do this. Please don't do this. Stop. Take it to the car. Take it to the car. Please. Get him now. Get him.
Orders when I got one female custody.
Please, sir. Please, can I talk to you? Please,
192, one female in custody.
Y'all over there, get some in the car now. Can I have her keys to her car, please? They on my thing. Please. Sir, please, can I talk to you? Please.
Take the keys. No, she's going to jail.
I'm going to jail because I had something to say about somebody disrespecting me. Woo, just please. I'm going with you. But please, sir, can I talk to you?
Shout out to Woo.
That is insane.
So wait, they
tripping about $15.99 for extra plate or two, and now you're about to have to pay bail money. There's gonna be way more than that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, chalk that L as a loss. I remember in college, my girlfriends and I, we tried to dip on the bill, but we was moving too slow. And they walked to the car and knocked on the door and was like, "Y'all didn't pay y'all bill." We was like, "Oh, my bad," and we paid it. Like, we paid it. We went there to eat, knowing we was gonna pay it, but we thought we had opportunity to get it for free. But when we realized we got caught, it was like, okay, we'll come in there and pay it. So that's insane. I'm not about to go that far. That's embarrassing.
Who called the police?
That's what I'm saying.
Probably the management or something. But I think that's just like, I don't know. I think that's a mental illness when you just, you just can't calm down, or it's just not that serious, and you could not like de-escalate yourself. Like, you getting all loud and crazy with the police. Like, child, I don't understand. I think that's a mental illness for real, when people just don't realize they acting super crazy and they can't control themselves over, like, girl, you about to go to jail over a $15 meal.
There was a clip I saw last week.
Just go home and go to sleep.
She didn't have a dad to tell her to shut up before. That's what that is. That ain't no mental illness.
Yeah, like there's a clip I saw, something like this. The girl called the police because one of the girlfriends stole her drugs. So she called the police on her because the girl stole her drugs. And she was so upset. And the police was really just like, okay, so you serious right now? She was dead serious too. I'm not surprised you didn't have that clip, because that's been going viral too.
Somebody stole her illegal drugs, like.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the police said. Someone stole your illegal drugs, and you called me to arrest her. She trying to tell her what a girl say. She was trying to tell her what a girl live and everything. She's at her house outside in the street, mad with the police about her drugs. He ended up arresting her because he asked to go in the house, and she said, yeah. And then they found stuff in the house.
Calling the police on somebody after he get robbed. What? That don't make no sense.
What you got on this clout? It's ratchet behavior.
You on mute? Yeah, it's just embarrassing, in my opinion. For one to be scamming over like $15 shrimp is wild. But then you get caught scamming over $15 shrimp, and then you acting like you're not wrong is even wilder. Then like police get involved, and the officer is literally telling you that the problem he has with you is that you won't calm down. Like, he's literally spelling it out for you. Like, hey, like, the reason why I'm not talking to him is because he's calm. Like, you're not calm. Like, calm down. And then still not being able to calm down. It's like, yeah, there has to be some type of mental illness or something. Like, I don't know. It seems like the education system has severely failed the population, because
Nah, don't do
common
that.
sense
That
is
start at home, bruh. That's at home.
common sense is severely uncommon. Yeah, that starts at home too. I mean, yeah, a lot of people, granted, a lot of people not raising their kids properly, but yeah, I don't know, man. People need help out there like that. Like, there's a lot of mental problems out there, and people really just need help. Education is severely needed. Communication skills are severely needed. And yeah, it's just sad. And it sucks that it's one of our people, because to people who are not from our communities and don't know us, when they looking on the outside, when they see that, they think that that is a representation of us. And so it just adds to the divisiveness that goes on in the country as a whole, you know, because it's like, damn, like, people seeing that are just gonna be like, yeah, see, yup, this is how black people act. This is how they get. Look,
And they expect
over
that.
some shrimp. Look how they get over some shrimp. Look how they act over some chicken. Look how they, you know what I mean? And it's just like, bro, like, that's not us. You know what I mean? I want to be able to proudly say one day that that's not us. You feel me? Like on the Boondocks, they used to make fun of shit like that all the time. They had the little nigga moments, you know what I mean? And I think they had an episode where they was fighting over some chicken. It's like, one day I would love to just be like, that's not us, and it'd be 100% true. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if it's so much mental illness. Like, I really think that girl's strategy was, the more I argue, they're gonna just let us leave. And then the police came. This is just me thinking on that level. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think they had mental illness. I think that they thought that they argued their way out of it. Eventually, they'd just be like, just go. But it didn't go.
That gotta be mental to think that would happen, because that would never.
Well, I just figured that out, because that's what I'm thinking.
That would work.
I got very great mental, but I'm just thinking, if I'm gonna try to get out of this, I'm about to argue my way out of this. I ain't gonna act that fool, but
right. We talking about gaslighting, because that's basically what she's trying to do, right?
You know the funny
that's
part.
a sign of narcissistic personality disorder. So
you know, the funny part do y'all know the funny part about it is y'all are displaying the same behavior they are. You realize that, right? Somebody can't even finish a conversation. Y'all jumping in, cutting them off. Y'all doing the same thing. So it is us, Clown. We can't say it's not us. We do it. We do that bullshit on a regular basis. And we think it's okay. Even though some of us had home training, we still do that shit. Doesn't matter. Home training, we bypass the home training and we continue to do this bullshit. We doing it now. We showing an example of it up here. So we can't say it's not us. It is. It's just unfortunate that it is us.
It's unfortunate.
All right.
Now nobody want to talk, JR.
Me, because I had something to say about him disrespecting me. Because I had something to say about him disrespecting me.
Get in the car.
I gotta go to jail because I had something to say about him disrespecting me.
Okay, so now you're gonna be resisting, right?
I'm not resisting.
Then get in the car.
But you're really telling me I'm going to jail because I had something to say about him disrespecting me?
Yeah, you were yelling. I told you to be quiet. You did it. Get in the car.
I have a right to talk. Okay, let me talk. Brittany, don't say nothing.
Get in the car.
Now she know how to stop that.
I gave her 3 chances.
Okay. Because you being very aggressive and rude, and all I'm doing is trying to take it out when you get done.
How many chances did I give her?
I know, but I asked her. Sir, when I asked her, I said, when he done, can I talk to him? She being aggressive with me. Back up and do it extra. All I'm asking is, when you're done, can I talk to you?
Yes, absolutely.
But she was doing.
But you're inhibiting my job right now, okay?
I wasn't admitting your job. I was back. But I said, when you're done,
you're getting in my. All right, so listen, okay, that's fine.
All I was asking, can I talk to you when you was done? I don't think I was wrong because I'm not in your space. I'm not trying to stop you. I'm just asking, could I talk to you? That's all I was asking her when you were done.
Listen, you're done. You're talking to me now.
All I'm asking.
So what happened with inside?
The man. All I was asking the man. Thank you. That man was very disrespectful. It wasn't even about paying the bill. It's how he was talking to
the man that walked out.
No, this man. No, that man said something about what happened. But she was our witness. That man was very. It wasn't about paying a bill. It's a way to say everything, sir.
Okay.
It's an approach. That man was very disrespectful.
How much did you pay?
We hadn't paid anything, and he actually went up on the bill because it was less than that. It was actually $115, actually, sir. So tell her to shut up.
She's already going to jail.
You ask her. Can I ask her to be quiet?
No, she's.
No, I'm just saying till y'all get her what she going to ask her to.
So, listen. As far as the bill,
the bill is finna be paid. The bill is finna be paid.
I mean, you've seen it. It's $15.99 per person.
I see that now. I see that now. But all I'm just asking.
What's? Let me. You. Can I get your ID on your phone?
Yes, you can gladly get it.
Can you give her information?
You want to try to see if I can talk to you?
You know what's funny?
I would have been like, okay, officer. He's like, get in the car. Okay. I loved it. I'm sorry.
That white man didn't know how to handle the octaves of those black women's voices going on. He's not used to that type of pressure. I could tell he was folding. He couldn't take it. Black men, we kind of used to that special spot in the back of your ear, your brain, where the black woman octave goes and hits, and we used to like dealing with that. But he couldn't handle it. He couldn't do it.
Black woman, is white man, kryptonite.
He could handle it, man.
But the first few words at the beginning, very beginning of the video, the first few words she said out her mouth was when she was reading the menu. It says $15.99 per person. So she already knew they were just getting away with it. You know what I mean? That's all it was. Like I said, we've all tried that. I mean, you could front like you haven't, but we've all tried some form of that. You know what I mean? Somebody's ate a shrimp or a morsel they wasn't supposed to. Cookie, ain't nobody eat a damn shrimp or something they wasn't supposed to. On no buffet, nobody went back for sevenths in your whole life.
We all paid. We always all paid. Like, I'm from the country, so you either have to pay up front when you walk in, or like now as an adult, paying up front as you walk in has gotten me accustomed to everybody got to pay. No, once everybody is paid, we share food. But I've never tried to sell food at a restaurant. Let me put it like that.
I've never tried to put it this way. Endless pancakes. The person I'm with got the endless pancakes. I've eaten some of them. I'm not supposed to, but I've eaten some of them.
Oh, yeah, no.
But what I'm saying is she knew what it was. The problem is when I look at stuff like that, like I get sad. You know what I mean? Because when I see that reaction, I know it has nothing to do about those situations, man. Like Cookie was saying, it starts at home, you know. You know what I mean? The reason, like me, I have a fear of cops. You understand what I'm saying? Like me, I don't want any, if I could go the rest of my life and have no interaction with cops, I would be fine. Because where I'm from the Bronx, I fear cops. I'm from the era of Jay-Z where we call the cops the A-team because they hop out of vans and spray things. That's where I'm from, where the cops, when they roll up on you, they're not rolling up on you because they're nice. How's your day? How's it going, buddy? You know, good job. No, they hopping out like, yo, what you got in them pockets? You got any guns on you? You got any weed on you? You know, they patting you down like for nothing. So I'm from that era. So I fear cops. So I want as little interaction with them as possible. So when I see people like that, that a cop is there and their mood or their attitude don't change, you know, that's why I know it starts at home. You know?
The reason I said we ain't never done that before is because I agree with Jay. I'm the same way, but in a different sense. Like in the country, it was like the cops was the same dude that'll pull you over for a ticket, but would also be that dude at the Klan rally. You feel me? So it's just like you don't interact. You don't do nothing to have to interact with cops unless you're. Even with my dad being who he was, he said, "I don't make them leave. Just don't do anything to make them do anything to you, because I'm gonna do something." Type situation. So I try to avoid confrontation with police at all costs. At all costs.
What you're thinking, mistaken? I see you just got the stoic face. Like a lot of thoughts running through your head.
Yeah, like Jay was saying too. I mean, I guess everybody knows how their cops are in the area that they live in, but New York, they are the whole stop and frisk, all of that kind of stuff. That era was no joke, and I would say specifically more so for our Black and brown males. So I can understand that fear. My whole thing though is I just don't understand the arguing the point to the point that it gets that far that you get arrested because you can't control yourself over something that you know that you did was wrong, right? It's just a matter of how things can escalate so quickly in terms of when you're trying to have a bad faith argument. Like you go in it knowing that you're trying to get over. You get caught with trying to get over. And then just instead of saying, all right, yeah, my bad. Here's your, and keep it pushing. You're gonna keep arguing a point that is in writing on top of that, because it says $15.99 per person. And you're saying, well, it should have been explained. Like, it's in writing. You can't read, but you're gonna keep arguing that point to not pay the bill, end up having to pay the bill anyway, and then on top of that, now pay bail. It just escalated for no reason. It shouldn't have gone that far at all. That part, I just hate when stuff like this happens and is recorded and then put out there on social media, because then it reinforces the narrative that all Black people act like this. And I know that this is something that happens in our community, but it also happens in other people's communities as well. The difference is that it's easier to, if the stereotype is already out there and then you encounter the stereotype, is easier to end up saying everybody's like that, So I think that's the part that bothers me, is because you're not seeing all of the other Black people that were probably in Applebees not doing that. That's the only one that you focus on because they're the most loud. So now it's like, see, that's how Black people act, So that's kind of.
Wait a minute. We're not gonna just. That was an Applebee's that went down behind. Oh my God!
Yes.
Good. What? Girl, shut up and pay that, and stay out of Applebee's. Oh my God! This has become comedy for me at this point.
And when people say it doesn't happen in other communities, it does. I know what do you call construction, like a person that's involved in doing like construction and remodeling, and one of the groups of people that he said that he hates working for or working with are Indians, because of how they try to what's the word, like kind of nickel and dime everything when they know that this is the cost for something, and then try to find a reason not to pay the cost that they were given. So it's not that it doesn't happen in other communities. It's just that,
it happens in different ways.
It tends to look different depending on who's doing it. Asian communities as well. It happens too.
It definitely does happen. Sorry, somebody in the comments said it doesn't happen in the Asian community. That's complete bullshit. In China, that's literally part of their culture to negotiate the price. Like that's how they do business. In China, they know that the first price is not the only price, and it's literally expected for you to negotiate. So I don't know where you learned that.
But why do we got to do this though? Why do we always got to reflect on other people's community? Why do we do this shit all the time though? Why do we do that? I don't understand us as doing that. Well, they don't do it. Fuck what they don't do. Because let me please believe, they don't give a shit about you like that. They're going to laugh at you and make fun of you and keep it moving. They're not going to compare us. Well, the Black community, man, the hell with that. Let's focus on getting us better so we don't have to be put in situations like that where we're trying to scan for some goddamn shrimp. Why are we doing this, man? But just like I said before, It's what we are. It's a part of our community. I don't care what you say. It's part of our community. That's us. That represents us. Because it's what we do.
I will say I can kind of agree that there's like a certain resistance to authority or like a lack of submissiveness that's kind of embedded in some of the culture a little bit, you know. I don't think any of us are like shocked by that behavior. Like it's not like we've never seen anyone in our communities act like that before. Like we all know somebody in our communities, probably not very far from removed from us, that acts like that in situations. So, you know, it's not.
That's got to be old because don't they got like 2 for $20 right now at Applebees? Like that must be an old one because they could have got 2 meals for $20. That's what I think they're doing. So.
I think that
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think that this is behavior is mostly associated with depending on the socioeconomic status of where people are or geographically? Because, and the reason I say that is because I understand Hank's point, and I agree with him. Like, why are we caring about what other people do? We need to get our behavior together. There's no argument along those lines. But what I'm saying is we can't just pinpoint and say only this group of people does do that when there's certain behaviors that go along with certain, you know, economic status and geographic locations. So that's my only point. So in that regard, we all need to get it together, you know.
I think it's anger. I think it's lack of coping skills. You know, just as you have kids that they weren't taught that as kids, so they become adults where the stakes are higher, and you have situations like that. You know, it's like I said, lack of confidence because you feel like you got to prove yourself. Like one thing they mentioned was how the manager, I guess, talked to them. You know, we're not going to pay him because of how he spoke to us. You know what I mean? So I'm emotional about that. You know, so it's some form of, what is this white dude doing talking to me like that? So I'm not gonna pay, you know, when really how he talks to you doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like this is a business transaction. You know, you could put somebody else there to talk to you kind, you know, his manager can come in there and talk to you and you still feel the same way. Like, so I think our confidence where we feel we are in the socioeconomic, you know, hierarchy, some people don't have that confidence instilled in them that, you know, walk with your chest out, man. Like this is your world just as much as it is theirs. Like have some confidence, have some decorum about yourself. You know, this is one person. You're gonna go through this a lot. Like if you flipping out over this, like I can't imagine what your life is gonna be if this is bothering you like that, to that extent where you get cuffs put on your hands. You know what I'm saying? Like if I count the times in my life where I've never had cuffs put on my hands. I'm proud of that because of where I come from. If I would have reacted like that to all the stuff that is coming up, I wouldn't stand a chance. So.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?